Hello, my name is Kayhan Ermişoğlu. Kayhan Ermişoğlu. I'm an international student here on Dianza and it's my second year, and I'm taking writing too, as you know, and I hope this is my last assignment. And I want to read my essay out loud to you. Let's see. The title is Making Our Own Road in Wicked. Maybe the yellow brick road is not for everybody. Maybe we have to make our own roads, and we have to be our own wizard and make the world that we want. These words from director John Chu contain a truth that many people, especially people who are routinely misunderstood, misjudged, or misrepresented, feel in their bones. In Wicked, Chu is not simply telling a story about good witches and bad witches. He is showing exactly why and how someone recognizably wicked like Elphaba refuses to conform and allows herself to define her own path instead. Her journey is then not simply a character arc or a narrative development, but a profoundly compelling metaphorical representation of the friction between who we are and who we are told we must be. Wicked identifies this friction, and through Elphaba's rejection of a conformist, her emergence of moral independence, and her metamorphosis into an icon of self-determination, ultimately depicts Chu's assertion that there is more than one road not taken, not everyone belongs on the yellow brick road, and perhaps the exact opposite of idiosyncratic independence is where the freedom begins. When Elphaba starts attending Shi's university, people see her as a misfit. Not only is she green-skinned, but she is also highly opinionated and smart. Instead of hiding, she gradually comes to accept it. One of the early scenes in the movie illustrates this well. When Madame Morrible informs Elphaba that she has a lot of promise and may see the wizard, Elphaba is elated at the prospect that this would be her chance to belong. Later, in the wizard's lavish chamber, full of green lights and elaborate presentation, he greets her warmly and lavishes praise on her, concealing his ulterior motive in his charm. Elphaba's excitement fades as she discovers the wizard's dark intentions to take away the animal's ability to speak. When he offers her the spellbook and asks her to be his partner, we see the conflict written across her face. She is being offered the acceptance she has always sought at the cost of going against what she deeply believes in. Instead of attempting to win their first false approval, she declines to play along. She just turns to go as a sign of strength from being clear about what is the most important. In the process, she defies the traditional definition of success, which often equates to pleasing those in authority or being approved by them. Elphaba doesn't merely walk away from them. She walks towards herself. She starts trusting her instincts and convictions, even if losing everything in the price. Losing everything is the price. And maybe I have learned too that being seen by the wrong people isn't worth being invisible to yourself. As Elphaba's story unfolds, her choices become braver, but at a higher price. She defies all to stand up against animal cruelty and will not be quiet when others won't be. Glinda opts for comfort over doing the right thing, but Elphaba does the opposite. When she finds out that the wizard is silencing the animals, she states, "No good deed goes unpunished," a statement that holds a bitter truth. It shows it shows how hard it is to do the right thing instead of the easy thing. She doesn't set out to do this for glory. She does this because she feels she has to. The film asks us if there are always winners who deserve to win, and teaches us that sometimes strength is in letting go of what the rest of the world determines as success. When Alphaba flies over the stage at the close of Act 1, it's not it's not just a showstopper. It's a moment of transition. She's not just defying gravity, she's defying expectation. And while I never did fly over the sky, I recognize the urge to rise above what other people may expect of you, even if it means being seen as difficult or different. By the time the story gets into its conclusion, Alphaba is no longer trying to prove anything to anybody. She no longer tries to gain acceptance from a society that is incapable of accepting her. Instead of going on living life on their terms, she stages her own death and starts fresh one that she builds with Fiero outside of the public eye. This isn't a tragic conclusion, it's simply a liberation. She renounces the yellow brick roads and creates her own world from nothing. Her vilification as the so called wicked witch shows us how society warps the truth about those who don't fit in. But we know the whole story. Alphaba isn't wicked. She won't put on an act. Chu shows us that to be misunderstood doesn't mean to be wrong. As it is with Alphaba, so it is with us. The majority of us bear labels we didn't choose. I've seen how people can misunderstand a person just because she or he doesn't speak like the rest, dress like the rest, or walk the same path. But there's a peace that comes when you finally decide to take your own path, even if lonely at first. Wicked is just not just a musical with terrific songs and thrilling graphics. Wicked is a story about what happens when you no longer wait for other people to allow you to be who you are. Alphaba's tale teaches us that the path that other are on is not necessarily the one that we should be on, and that's okay. Her her disobedience, her strong sense of right and wrong, and her final escape from public opinion educates us all on how to live life on your own terms. In a way, John Chu's words aren't just about Alphaba. They're about every person who ever felt like they didn't belong or have been misunderstood. The yellow brick roads may look golden from afar, but actual gold lies in the imperfect, brave, and unfinished roads that we create for ourselves. Thank you. Okay, so this was my essay, and if I want to give some reflections on my essay as like the positive, the strengths of my essay and like what I did wrong maybe. Firstly, this the tutoring. I know the tutoring needs to be done, and it was really effective because, like the tutor said, I wrote an essay firstly, like a draft essay, and sent it to them. Then they said it had a really clear thesis statements and developments, and I think so too because I really worked hard on that when I was doing the draft, and I think that is one of the strengths of my essay. And also because of tutor said, my MLA structure was really bad, and there were so many faults, and thankfully they say you need to do this, you need to do this, and I solved all of it. So, and I think on the last paper that I sent to you, I think it is one of the strengths as well. And I also, as a signature, I also like to add something from myself. Like, from the discussion post, for example, we talked about our feelings instead of the movie generally, and I wanted to do that here as well, but without overdoing it for like just one sentence, for example. However, on the other hand, I still cannot put up with the word choice. I know that because like when I don't use the words that I don't know before, sometimes like it's just it feels natural, but this time it's seems a little bit too easy. But if I use them, seems sometimes unnatural, but I'm still trying to put up with it. I'm still trying, and maybe I have some grammatical mistakes too, and I couldn't read that well. Or I hope it won't be a problem. So for the grades, I don't think it should be a straight like it is A, or like I can say something like that. However, um, as a thing, I don't like watching movies really. But I watched the movies. We talked in the discussions, and I worked on the essay like for like a week, and I think I did not bad, pretty well. So I think for the effort, I can get a B plus, at least. Not at least, like B plus would be pretty good. And for the other questions, oral experience on this quarter. Okay, so on this quarter, I had like three courses. One of them is writing, the other one was physics, etc. But like for the writing, I actually really enjoyed it because it wasn't a really hard class, and I also wrote some discussion post every week, and it was always thought provoking, and I always looked at the past and like thought about the past and thought about some things maybe that I don't think of in my daily life, and it's really I really liked it when I was trying to write on these. So I liked these assignments well, and the book was interesting too. So I liked the book as well, and um, for the essays, as I said, I don't like watching films, but I enjoyed it, and it was like two movies, so it doesn't matter that much. But I generally enjoyed it about writing for maybe the whole quarter. I enjoyed it as well because I took a guitar class. I'm doing tutoring, and I took physics too, and it was all good. I liked it. So, and last thing, conclude by sharing how you are developed as a student this quarter, if you perceive shifts in your abilities, challenges you overcame, etc. I think this question refers to the discussion posts that we talked about, because there was like some maybe perspective shifts that can happen, or challenges that we still face, etc. I didn't like I my probably the most troublesome challenge I'm facing right now is being an international student in here and doesn't have that much of a good English as a language, and maybe doesn't I don't have that much of a social life, but like it's going better. It's going important, and this is like a great place. It's really shifts my perspective into some places that I didn't know before, and I feel like I'm becoming I'm becoming myself more and more, which is the important thing. Thank you. See you.